Canelo got a hell of a chin, and he got a lot of experience. He's been in there with so many different great fighters. So I might have to just watch this one play out. It's gonna be a great fight.
Prepare him to fight me. He wouldn't, need all the help that, he's getting. But I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs because, after, September 13th, there will be no excuses.
I think Canelo's going to win only because of the size. You know what I mean? Crawford is coming up 3 weight classes. So I think, Canelo's more of a natural super middleweight. This is Crawford's first super middleweight fight, so I got to go. I'm not going for Canelo, I'm just picking him.
You don't think Crawford can? You don't think Crawford can go the distance with Canelo Alvarez? If William Skull can go 12 rounds with him and keep him at an all-time low, 152 punches a round?
All those doubters, at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, they all gonna cry when they get home. And I get that.
What time is it? What time is it?
Many fans are excited about the impending fight with Terrence Crawford after Canelo Alvarez's sparring partner disclosed startling information from a training camp. Silky Sean Hemphill claims that the intensity within Canelo's training camp is unimaginable, which explains why the Mexican boxing legend has maintained his position as the sport's leading force for so long. Crawford will have to do much more than rely solely on his quickness and counterpunch. In his opinion, he needs to be prepared to take chances, pick up the pace, and never let Canelo control the fight's tempo in order to pull off the upset.
That's a great question. It's a great fight. I keep going back and forth on it. One day I feel like Bud could get him. Then I go back, I'm like, I don't know. Canelo got a hell of a chin, and he got a lot of experience. He's been in there with so many different great fighters. So I might have to just watch this one play out. It's going to be a...
Discussions were immediately triggered by this revelation in the boxing community. Crawford's greatest chance, according to many, is to move fast, hit before Canelo steps foot, and never remain in one spot long enough to be trapped. However, that's easier said than done, particularly when dealing with a man who has a reputation for punishing mistakes and cutting off the ring. Fans and commentators are now questioning if Crawford can actually keep up that kind of pace against such an experienced champion, according to the sparring partner's expertise.
If Crawford beats Canelo...
What does he have to do to beat Canelo to negate those physical advantages, the size, the weight?
Yeah, he's going to have to box. He's going to have to be smart, move, and not just sit in one spot and let Canelo pressure him and break him down.
Kellerman's forecast caught people's attention when he said that although Crawford is excellent, facing Canelo is a huge step up. Even an all-time great like Crawford might find this one step too far, he said.
What is there to talk about? You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. That goes to show, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me. Because, if I haven't fought anyone, if I was too small, if I was, all these things that all the media said I was, then we wouldn't need these guys to help prepare him to fight me. He wouldn't, need all the help that, he's getting. But I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs because, after, September 13th, there'll be no excuse.
Not to be overlooked is what the legendary Mike Tyson has to say about this bout. Although he described the matchup as difficult, he did not entirely discount Crawford. Tyson clarified that any opponent faces significant challenges due to Canelo's body punching, ring control, and general strength. He did concede, though, that Crawford is dangerous if the bout drags into the middle rounds because of his versatility and keen senses. He believed that the first man to push the other man beyond their comfort zone would win. Tyson's analysis strengthened the mounting argument that this fight is genuinely unexpected.
They both have sky-high ring IQs. If I have to, Crawford, if you ask me again, there's a reason that I think Crawford's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, right? Because I think, and Canelo once was. So even though Crawford is biologically older, Canelo has had the longer career. He's been fighting since he's a teenager, and there's been signs recently that maybe he's not the same guy that he used to be. By the way, I know people think Inoue and Usyk are ahead of Crawford. The ring has them rated ahead of Crawford. I don't, because to me, pound for pound is not a fairness issue. It's an issue of just who do you think is better.
The conversation also included the voices of historical legends. Tim Bradley recognized the difficult task Crawford faces because he served in several divisions and encountered opponents of all sizes. While he praised Crawford's skills, he suggested that the size difference could prove decisive. Bradley emphasized that Crawford might easily take down Canelo because of his recent performances, which indicate he is running out on energy.
And the last time I saw Crawford, he moved up yet another division, beat at the time the guy I thought was the best fighter in the division. Turns out he wasn't, but I thought he was at the time. And before that, had just annihilated Errol Spence. So if you look at all the boxes, I'm going to check Crawford for most of them, if not all of them. But the reason Canelo is favored is because Canelo does a lot of things at a very high level, and he's a naturally bigger guy.
With his candid forecast of the super fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, David Benz has also stepped in. Benz asserts that Canelo Alvarez has an inherent advantage because the bout will take place at 168 pounds, where Canelo has long held the title of undisputed champion. Crawford, meanwhile, is increasing his weight and putting himself to the test against opponents who are larger than he has ever encountered. Benz has acknowledged Crawford's remarkable talent, keen ring IQ, and versatility, but he made it plain that the physical distinction could not be disregarded.
Canelo or Crawford?
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when two men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything.
Even with these warnings, Crawford has not backed away from bold predictions. In fact, he has gone as far as saying that when he beats Canelo, people will be left shocked and even emotional. In his words, many will end up crying because they never truly believed he could do it. It shows that Crawford is not approaching this as a man who doubts himself. He believes he is destined to break through Alvarez's wall of dominance.
You don't think Crawford can? You don't think Crawford can go the distance with Canelo Alvarez? If William Skull can go 12 rounds with him and keep him at an all-time low, 152 punches a round, Crawford is just at a different level. He a GOAT too, but he at a different level. And he gonna show everybody that's gonna witness this on Netflix on September 13th. He gonna show everybody. There's levels to this, man. Yeah, he gonna defy all the odds of boxing. He gonna rewrite the boxing book.
Return to Preparation, which includes expert panels and training camps, has taken on a life of its own. Authors point out that it is impossible to overlook Canelo's consistency at the greatest level. Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, and Gennady Golovkin are among the people he has shared the ring with, fighters with a variety of styles and challenges. Alvarez displayed both his talents and flaws in the battles. When his approach works, he might appear unstoppable, but he has suffered when speed and volume are introduced. Because of this, some people still think Crawford can expose him, so long as he refrains from making major accusations in.
I think Canelo's going to win only because of the size. You know what I mean? Crawford is coming up 3 weight classes. So I think, you know, Canelo's more of a natural super middleweight. This is Crawford's first super middleweight fight. So I got to go. I'm not going for Canelo. I'm just picking him.
I think he's going to win.
I think he's going to win.
I've been to your last 5-6 fights. You're a monster. You're a beast. You versus Canelo, what's that fight look like? Are you knocking him out? Or
I'll beat the you know, I can't say I will knock him out because, you know what I mean, he's a great fighter. He's never been knocked out, but I could definitely say that I'd put a beating on him. I'd put hands on him worse than anybody's ever put hands on him.
Right, and he's a legend.
He's a legend, but I feel like I'm in my own.
Fans are also reminded that Crawford is venturing into uncharted territory. It's always risky to approach a man who is inherently larger and stronger. Great fighters throughout history have taken these risks, and occasionally they have been successful. This is Crawford's opportunity to become one of the greats who dare to defy the odds.
At the end of the fight, they're all gonna cry when they get home. You know, and I like that.
What time is it? What time is it? Terence
But betting odds and public opinions are also influenced by these narratives. Many casual fans side with Canelo because of his track record and star power. Yet, hardcore boxing followers recognize Crawford's skill set and believe he could pull off something special. The sparring partners leaked only added fuel to the fire, hinting that even inside Canelo's camp, there's recognition of what Crawford needs to do. Whether he can actually execute that game plan is the ultimate question.
I think I probably do the same thing that he knows best, which is box, be smart, slow movements, small steps. Only small steps to take it. So I mean, look, and it's always worked for him. Every fight has been him. And we thought that the fight with Spence was going to be hard, and he made it look so easy. Now, we've never really seen him in a hard fight where we've seen him in trouble. So maybe this could be the fight that puts him in that trouble to see what he's going to be like when he's under pressure. You know what I mean? We've never seen either fighter under pressure, like a lot of pressure. I mean, you can't say...
Maybe Golovkin for Canelo, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, Golovkin, yeah. But other than that, I don't trust the Mayweather fight. A hard fight with Mayweather.
The clamor gets louder as fight night approaches. Fans were able to see Canelo's preparedness and sharpness up close thanks to the training intensity leak. Crawford's audacious forecast revealed his unwavering attitude. Analysts with distinct viewpoints, including Bradley, Pacquiao, Tyson, and Kellerman, helped to build the story. The preparation tale took a new turn when Boots Ennis was brought up. And one thing is evident throughout it all. The entire boxing community is enthralled with this battle.
And so is Spence. I mean, other people that we've spoken to, I think Paul Smith and other people that sit on the show with us, think it will be Canelo Alvarez because of size. We've seen Canelo Alvarez take that journey up to light heavy and find himself coming up against Dimitri Bivol and not being able to do what he does at super middleweight. I just think that Crawford is such a fighter of such stature and competence that he might just be the kryptonite to...
Everything will be put to the test when the two ultimately enter the ring. Canelo's bulk, strength, and experience will match Crawford's quickness, flexibility, and willpower. As soon as the first bell sounds, all the predictions, cautions, and audacious declarations will be forgotten. Whose words become history will depend on the outcome of the actual war. Fans will remember this night for years to come, regardless of whether Crawford pulls off the upset of the decade or Alvarez proves to be too strong.
Got the idea of the size thing wrong. It's not looking at them as a physical package. It's who has absorbed the bigger shots in the weight division. See, and it was good. It was a very good point. It was like Canelo has been hit by light heavyweights and super middleweights for the better part of a decade.
Basically,
he's so used to taking those shots, whereas Crawford hasn't. Crawford's been hit by 140 guys and 147 guys for the best part of a decade.
Yeah.
What's Crawford going to be like? So basically, he's trying to say, Canelo could easily absorb Crawford shots. Can Crawford easily absorb Canelo's punches?
If you're taking shots from Triple G, start by calling it Dimitri Bivol.
We would now want to hear from you. Do you think that the difference will be Canelo's size? Or do you believe that Terence Crawford's abilities are sufficient to astound everyone? Post your forecast in the comments section. Please hit the like button if you like the analysis. And remember to subscribe to Ring Rivalry for more expert analysis, fight night arguments, and insider information as Canelo versus Crawford draws near.
I don't think Crawford's going to carry that weight well. Even if he did put on weight, I think that was a good idea, especially coming from a smaller guy. But, it's going to be a great fight. Two brains in the ring. It's going to be good.
Experts in boxing have also provided significant input. Max Kellerman, one of the most prominent voices, has already stated his position. He favored Canelo as the most likely winner, claiming that Alvarez is extremely hard to defeat due to the size disparity, his track record against elite opponents.
What's crazy is, I'm a big Crawford fan as well. Like, every time he sees me and my brothers and my dad at fight, he comes out of his way, shakes our hand, it's all respect. But I just feel the weight's a little too much, Marcos. I feel going up 2 weight classes, really like 3. And early, I feel Terence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snapped back or, catch Canelo early. Maybe I could see Terence Crawford go southpaw because you see Canelo has had a bit of problems with southpaws. You could see Canelo, I can see him getting frustrated, picking him up like how he does, like when he gets frustrated. But I say 6th, 7th, 8th round on up, I think he'll figure it.
The conversation continued after that. After viewing video Canelo's most recent sparring sessions, Terence Crawford responded. Although he acknowledged that what he'd seen impressed him, he maintained his faith in his own abilities. Crawford sees this fight as more than simply another obstacle to overcome. It has to do with legacy. He has shown himself in a variety of weight divisions over the years. However, facing Alvarez in the ring is a very different test. Crawford is aware of the Mexican's actual power. He has an advantage due to his experience in major battles and his cunning defense. Crawford maintains, however, that he has the means to shock the world, a conviction that drives his training camp each and every day.
I kind of like, he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability, and he's very convincing. And then you see the presser yesterday, and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo, then I sort of leant towards Bud, but now I'm back with Canelo.
For more expert analysis, fight night arguments, and insider information as Canelo versus Crawford draws near,